Hello and welcome to a new video, and today we are going to be talking about Five Nights at Freddy's Lore. But I stop when I just don't like something. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's is a series that's been going on for a particularly long time, if I do say so myself. And I'm someone who likes the death of the author, meaning I don't have to deal with what the author thinks is a good idea. So, I will simply ignore like half of the shit in this franchise. So let's start with the first death, the crying child, the FNAF 4 child, the stupid motherfucker who got himself bit. Also known as bullied child by brother who then killed the child. There's a little darker name, but you know, it's a crying motherfucker. See, a lot of people question this because in the crying child minigames you can see the sister of the crying child not being there. However, the sister's death kinda only makes sense if the crying child's dead. So that's a contradiction that people have been facing since the start of Five Nights at Freddy's. And to that I can only say, in the minigames, the sister's like at school. I don't know. Like they're in the gravestone. That's just an empty room. She could just be out of the house. So like, she's just kinda out of the house. So the crying child gets absolutely shoved into a robot. The bear goes nom 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 and the child dies. Now the brother who did it, that's Michael. Michael will murder now. That's a little unfortunate if I do say so myself. Crying child in the hospital, actively dying. William says, I'm going to put you back together, stronger than ever. And he's unlucky, flatline. Second thing happens, William starts distancing himself, starts working on shit. And that shit is how to deal with a dead child. How do I bring back the dead child? Maybe, to start my investigation, I should start kidnapping children inside my Funtime animatronics. Okay, big opening night. You love to see it if I do say so myself. What do you mean my daughter went in? Yeah, circus baby circumcises all of your children. she kills the daughter. She died. And now we got a William O. Afton who just lost a child and lost another child, both to his own creations. One, because the Springlock suits are absolutely fucking disgustingly built. Like their shit don't make no sense. Like Scott Cawthon really wrote down the worst horror contraption of all time and made it seem like it was social approved. That shit don't deserve to be anywhere near people. And then the daughter. That was just entirely on you. Like, it's your design on that one, that was you. That you sucked ass. But like, that's understandable. You can suck ass. That was just you trying to kidnap children, and you got assed. You didn't even get assed. It was your daughter who got assed. Like, damn. And then your butt hurt so much that you go ahead and go to your goddamn partners, and then he say, hey, a partner, a buddy or pal who's been helping me for all this goddamn time. Ryan child, my child, died in our connected thing. So, based on the fact that their shit wasn't made by only me. See, this was Afton Robotics, that's on me. But their shit, they weren't on me. Their shit wasn't on me. So now my fucking son's dead. And you got a daughter. Yeet! Like, Afton pulls out the Kind Mod branded knife, which you can barely read because the knife has gotten, oh, that's a lot of dirt. Anyway, he pulls out the Kind Mod branded knife and stabs the shit out of that goddamn toddler. Like, their toddler is not coming inside because of Gruppenzwang, bullying. You love to see it if I do say so myself, if you're a murderer, that is. And then you stab that child to death. And suddenly, a robot puppet walks outside and lays right next to her. Now I'm questioning how the fuck can we make robot puppets that can leave the store? But that's just me. And how can we make Funtime animatronics? We haven't even reached 2,000 yet. Like, ignore that. It's just, if we ignore that and not acknowledge that shit, it's fine. But don't worry, guys. There are no holes in the story. Only holes in your understanding. Don't you get it? Fucking hate Scott Cawthon, bro. It's just dumb as motherfucker. Anyway, William actively just fucking kills a child. And he's like, damn. That shit kinda hard. I gotta do more of that. Proceeds to kill 5 more. That's right. After the puppet was killed, Fredbear Family Diner kinda closed down. You hate to see it if I do say so myself. However, new location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. 5 more children die. Why? 'Cause the William guy. And Puppet puts them in the suits. See, a lot of people think that Afton was hiding the bodies in the suits. No, that shit was Puppet. Like, they were just on the floor. And then Puppet tried to give the children gifts. Like, That's a dead fucking child right there. Why are you giving it a toy? It don't make no goddamn sense. Puppet was kind of confused. And so, since Puppet was reincarnated into a goddamn animatronic, Puppet was like, what if I give life? And therefore created every other fucking problem in the entire series. You love to see it. Now everyone's hunted in that location. Their shit closes down, presumably again, and suddenly we've arrived in FNAF 2. That's right, grand reopening, you love to see it. Now in one of the FNAF 2 mini-games we see 5 more dead children while controlling Freddy Fazbear. So, clearly, in there, FNAF 2, right before FNAF 2, 5 more children fucking die. So we're up to 11, directly, 2 assists. And their shit don't do well either. And suddenly, on the last night of the goddamn job, someone gets their frontal lobe bitten off. Yes, right, it's a bite of 87, baby. Was that the bite of 87? Now what do we do with the bite of 87? Is it in any way plot relevant other than to the closing of that specific location that we see in Five Nights at Freddy's 2? It is not. It's just like, why did we care so much? It's so unimportant. It's, like, we could have stopped at the 5 murders. 5 children died at this location. Why did we have to bite someone's frontal lobe off? There was no need for that. Scotten. Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Yeah, we went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. 8 before arriving at FNAF 1. That's crazy, by the way. Just wanted to mention it. That's when FNAF 1 happens. Does anything of interest happen in FNAF 1? No. No, not really, no. It's just kind of like the best game, but like, other than that, nothing really happens, bros. Sister location. Yeah, so it turns out that we were actually controlling Michael Afton. That's the brother of the crying child, the guy that motherfucker who shoved the crying child in the Fredbear suit. We were playing on FNAF 1, 2, and yeah, 1 and 2. Not 3 yet. Wait, no, hold on. Hold on a moment. I think sister location happens before the actual nights. Hold on. Yeah, so sister location happens before the actual night watches. Like, the bite of 87 happens, then sister location happens, and then you play FNAF 2 because of the birthday decoration that's all over the FNAF 2 location. The birthday party in the phone guys' thingies did already happen. So you play sister location, get yourself a new bodysuit, like you just become purple for some fucking reason. That's fucking how it works, yeah, sure. You become purple, then you play FNAF 2, then you play FNAF 1 in the search of your father, who is in FNAF 1, but Michael missed him, because he's a fucking idiot. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense either, because if the purple guy is already in FNAF 1, the animatronics would be shut down. Because the purple guy destroyed the animatronics. That was the point of that. That's like the last thing he did before being caught. There are no holes in the plot, just holes in your understanding. So when the fuck... I guess we don't play as Michael in FNAF 1? Why? The theory always made sense to me, until now. What the fuck? Yeah, FNAF 2, I think we're playing as Michael in FNAF 2, but we can't be playing as Michael in FNAF 1 because the animatronics aren't broken. And Michael would only start after the animatronics are broken by the guy. It's almost like this guy can't fucking write a story to save his life. It's crazy. There are no holes in the plot, just holes in your understanding. Anyway, we're going to assume that sister location just happens before the nights, and we are going to assume that the animatronics were rebuilt after being destroyed by William, and the souls were just sucked back in as soon as they were rebuilt. Because that makes sense. Yeah, so in sister location, Mike gets scooped like the fucking dumbass he is. All of the sister location guys become a single guy until baby is forced out because storytelling. But like they are on the run for like a very long time. Cause like sister location has to happen before those because he gets fired for body odor in those. So since sister location happens before those two, and we literally see the year 1987 on the paycheck here, just later in the year, like after the birthday party, so the joint is already closed. But it's still 87. It's still 1987 and 2023? I don't actually know when FNAF 3 takes place. Anyway, the next game is FNAF 3 after you play those other two. And this time, Mike? Question mark? I think it's Mike. I think it's Mike. I think it's Mike. Anyway, at Horror Attraction, we found Springtrap. He's Springtrap. He's the best design the series ever came up with, and then Scott Cawthon hated it so much he made fucking Minecraft. And the joint burns down, presumably because Mike is trying to kill his father? Question mark. But he fucking fails because he sucks ass at everything he tries to do. And then there's the next game that happens, which is Pizzeria Simulator, in which Henry comes back and burns everyone to the ground. And if we follow the modern story, fucking fails again. Like no one died there. And before you come at me saying that Afton died there, we now know it because of the Ruin DLC. It's clearly a walkback from the original story. Like, guys, the one animated ending was the Springtrap one. That shit was canon until everyone complained. The people in charge of writing this shitty fucking franchise don't have any idea what they're doing. Anyways, in Pizzeria Simulator, for the entirety of the story, Scott Cawthon did not pick up a pencil. Like, motherfucker was working the story out on a chalkboard and with some goddamn stains on his fingers. But as soon as he did, he writes the hardest dialogue in the entirety of mankind. It's crazy how he goes from not a single line of dialogue to kinda mid-dialogue in sister location to I always come back. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you even remember that name. It's so every line is in my brain. I will make you proud. And he wraps everything up very nicely. The fucking speech that Henry does, the fucking visuals that are on the screen, the don't keep the devil waiting, old friend, is so fucking peak. Every single bit of it. And then, of course, in the fire, you play as Michael Afton again. In the fire, every single person fucking dies. Baby gets burned. The original 5 have been liberated by the FNAF 3 good ending, because that one's the canon one. Yo! Puppet, liberated within Lefty, dies. Out, out. All the fun times, Molten Freddy, all out. Springtrap, or Minecraft Trap, burned in the hells. However, there's one missing. A single benefactor that was not liberated. A single one keeping everyone trapped. Golden Freddy. See, in the FNAF 3 good ending, the only people that got liberated were Freddy, Barney, Chica, and Foxy. Golden Freddy, however, not there. In Ultimate Custom Night, Golden Freddy uses their power to keep William Afton in a state of absolute purgatory. However, as a little bit of headcanoning, I propose that Golden Freddy, by making this own personal hell for William Afton, is forcing every other soul to keep killing him. Not only trapping William's soul, but by not knowing their own power, trapping every child's soul in their twisted revenge, having to have every single one of them eternally killing William Afton over and over again, telling us that at the end of the day, revenge isn't pretty, revenge isn't fair, revenge is only satisfactory to the one enacting it. And even then, even after beating 50-20, Golden Freddy keeps twitching. Golden Freddy is never satisfied. Golden Freddy wants to keep this charade on for eternity, and because no one else has the power to stop them, it is, in fact, real. And FNAF ends with every single person being trapped in someone's revenge because they're unable to move on. Unless, of course, you look at the newer material and read the books, because in the books, fucking William is kept on like a fucking hospital bed, like barely kept alive, and it's just his mind going through this personal hell. It's fucking shit. Stop writing, Scott. Put the pencil down, Scott. You're like good at writing two things, right? You're good at writing dialogue at the end of stories and writing checks for Republican politicians. Other than that, you're fucking ass at writing. Stop doing it. But remember, there are no holes in the story. Only holes in your understanding. This fucking guy, I swear to God, bro. Unrelated, but fuck Scott Cawthon. Like, Jesus, all my homies hate Scott Cawthon. What the fuck is he on about? Like, Scott Cawthon is the most pretentious motherfucker I've ever had the misfortune to read about. Like, did you take a look at his Reddit comments? And I like how he gaslit his whole community into thinking he was retiring when he still hasn't retired. Me, when I donate to Republican politicians, everyone finds out and calls me a homophobe, but I didn't. But I didn't donate to them because I'm a homophobe. I donated them because I wanted a good military, but they also happen to be homophobic. Whoops, didn't look at that part. I gotta be fair. He also donated $5 to a Democrat once. Probably while he was drunk out of his mind. But like, he did donate $5. The fact this fucking franchise is still going is fucking insane to me, by the way. Fucking glitch trap ass. I always come back. Me, when I mimic the Afton, because I don't have original fucking villain ideas, so I have to mimic what was once good about the franchise. That's on me. That's on me. Sorry. I heard there was a new FNAF game coming out. I don't care. I could not care less. The title is to ignore everything I hate, but I just kind of bottled it up, I think. And now it's just coming, it's sliding out. You know, the thing I hate about FNAF is Scott Cawthon, so that's unlucky. But remember, there are no plot holes. The only holes in your understanding, guys. Me when there's no plot holes, but the contents of the box change. Oh, I forgot the box! Fucking dumbest shit of all time, bro. Me when I'm in a writing dog shit competition and my opponent is Scott Cawthon. Mind you, most of the story I just laid out, motherfucker did not write this. Motherfucker at best implied it, and at some point, I swear to you, there are no plot holes. This is all just holes in your understanding. Anyway, with that, I would like to say one last thing. You know, I don't like to get serious on this channel, and usually I'm not. You know, this whole rant about Scott Cawthon I did, while obviously true, but I don't actually mean it. But the thing that I do mean, and I do mean it with my whole heart, is so ancient music! I hope you die in a fire! My fit goes absolutely goddamn hot! Cue the car!